94.7 Asempa FM Sony Emrena Sia Subio ya the Ekosiisen Jumedi no Premo. Some 18 minutes after 2. Live on Ghana's number 1, the biggest, the most authoritative political, social, and current affairs talk show, Ekosiisen, live on Asempa FM. Miriam Saibonsu, on behalf of the production team, a team led by Dominic Kisi Yaboa, with support from Nana Chumberema, Jackson Osei Intiamoa, Eric Opare, popularly known as DJ Yayo, and a Queen Star in Japan, and of course, Oman Hene Kwabena Sante. That's now 6:30 p.m. na Jumedi Eba area, and in the next 4 hours 30 minutes. Join us on all our platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. Follow your discussions, follow your show live. Now also for our drink ego, and I would love to hear from you. On Facebook, Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook. Join our live stream. Now share stream so NYB and share on YouTube. The same thing, Asempa 94.7 FM on YouTube, and also bring a live stream and Ashawo and Afi Asempa Plus. And we have 2 channels on YouTube, Asempa 94.7 FM and Asempa Plus. On Twitter, I handle it at Asempa947_FM. On Instagram, Asempa 94.7 FM. Download our app. Your apps me the myjoyonline.com app and adomonline.com app. And listen live on the app. Very, very, very important. Be part of this big show. My main fast that's an affiliate radio stations across the length and breadth of Ghana. Papa to get our content across the country. And what also over 15 affiliate radio stations and Ekosiisen Jumedi live, and we are grateful to all of them. Oko Tamale ABC Radio, Salaga Kan FM, Sunyani Storm FM, Brekum Agro FM, Japekrom and Idaso FM, Wenchi, there were 2 radio stations in Wenchi, Ewiase FM and a Royal FM, Obuase PZ Radio, Akomadan Cruise FM, Offenso Time FM, Asante Achem Agogo, Yawa Dansier FM, Jokwa in the Central Region, Yawa Bankam Radio, Koforidia Afima Radio, Sekendi Takradia Seda FM, and a Bibieni Ochiame FM, stations are who fire in Jumediano and there be a winning radio station be a wootie and whatever Ghana ha I am capture in our list. I'll be to me Eddie Dean Ascendi and would acknowledge them accordingly. Very, very important. I'm also the stations not endorsed, so over 123 of them at the last count. For picking our show live in Europe and in the Americas. And in some from public servants, one demonstration and through to Agenda 111 and Hunsem Abba Yibidin in a Hunkomo. The minority is out with a statement in some men room. Yebeshe na Yetumi Akum. Seth Kwame Boateng will also be joining us on the show. Na afiyedin komo afayen trip to Kumasi and what we are expecting going forward. But Ansan, there is a picture I would want to show to you, and a picture I stumbled upon today on social media. Oba in Facebook page, I will be who's our picture no Asempa 94.7 FM in Tibra, and then on YouTube, Nebra Beshe. It's a very, very special picture I want to show to you. Now, so what is our picture now? It reminds you of something in line with your interest in youth development and youth entrepreneurship. You know, I'm showing you this special picture. It's a picture of the world's richest man and when he started in the Amazon.com. This is the first office of the owner of Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Now, Oba Beshene office now, it's really, really interesting. Now, share what he's become now. I mean, the last Forbes billionaires ranking for 2021, no, it stated in here, say, Jeff Bezos is the world's richest man, and he's been the world's richest man for 4 years running. 4 years running. He's now worth $177 billion. $177 billion. Nipa bako ne worth no. And obehwe office our share see wo. This is the office. And in Facebook pages here this is where he started. Of course, the story is told of the challenges our firm when he began. You know, me kind one post and I said the first Christmas sales was disastrous. Just Obon Troka and the first Christmas sales disastrous. But he is the world's richest man, $177 billion. In fact, the second on the list, Elon Musk, on only the year $151 billion. You know, and Elon Musk and so owner of Tesla, and Jeff Bezos, Amazon. And so we share the world's richest list now. All together, the billionaires now are worth 13.1 trillion, up from 8 trillion in 2020. In just a year, a shooting about 13.1 trillion. You know, but the thrust of the message, you know, yeah, it pays to start small, and I'll refer you to a very particular Chinese proverb. Ayana mepe kuti papa. It's a Chinese proverb. Ubia wako China da no enim. Or say, the man who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. The man who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. And if Jeff Bezos was told, time of share here in this office, in the moons who are share business as here, number percent from the get-go, and also when air conditioned offices at them, Okokoji loan craft first in account is a fatal car. And any contractors will be organa or major contract or multimillion jumano. Nen saka contract now no wadi kai air bushri. Aqua saw them a Kodanya Mease. Fisa when yes, cause it's canny and idia. You know, inti idea baby the trim first is on koto car. That latest 4-wheel drive enko them. Onya toka ni wiepe. Contract sam ni muache. Na afia kwine wakobo ni troka after 2 months na kwine started hohoro. And let's develop that mindset. Say we would have to start small. We would have to start small. We would have to start small. Very, very, very important. And or say the man who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. It will not be easy. I mean, you will stumble along the line. But when you are consistent, when you commit yourself to it, the result would show. And a result in a show in the life of Jeff Bezos. I don't think say Ostati all rosy. And that's just something I just wanted to share with you. And I would come back with some pictures, this time from Egypt. And Egypt, affordable housing project, Egypt, and what the government of Egypt, we have some pictures for you and what lessons we can draw from what's happening in Egypt, Ghana, and how we are taking this whole housing thing this serious. Would come back to that conversation. Mamene Parker Wells in Komo, he covered the demonstration and where public service staff into workers in the public service, in the civil service are increment by them and shada and kwe. Parker was not about not them.
Senior, I'm not doing what you're here, was it?
Bibi a kwe.
Oh, you're not doing Kakanka. You're managing Kakanka.
And over someone who's had demonstrations in Nipa, a bar, and there over Facebook, Ubehu. Now it is almost a time, man.
Okay, so I'll pay about 6 a.m. So, I'm afraid the leader of the group.
Okay.
Norbert. Say, what time are they starting? Now, I'll catch me say, oh, I'm about 6:30, 7 o'clock there. Now, they're expecting almost about 5,000 individuals.
5,000?
5,000 individuals. Oh, 5,000 individuals.
Okay.
to gather at Obra Sport.
Obra Sport.
So that they can begin the match and answer the protest.
Okay.
So after the news, I had to do a few things. The music can about 8:30, and I'm saying the Sadia. My main track here, I'm here be modu. But first of all, since I'm making some chassis or Obra Sport, I'm in for Obra Sport and some more Hana so many.
Okay.
So about 8:30, we do Obra Sport. We do Hono. Obi na nipa 22.
Nipa 22 Obra Sport. At the time now, what's saying?
Now about 8:30.
8:30.
8:30.
No, I'm almost expecting 5,000.
I'm almost expecting 5,000. 22.
Okay.
At the time.
Okay.
And then there were a Obra Sport.
Okay.
If I may a head count, and I'm also 22. Omokra placards.
Okay.
It be red armbands. Na placards, inscriptions in the B and say. A year 4%.
And I mean, try to say for say over Facebook is here as empire page on Facebook. We who demonstrators no nipa e buy said the Packer Wells and Air can intibra nebra beshe. Yes.
It's placards it been say a year the leaders of a labor unions me disappointed.
Okay.
Me a sellout. 4% in a day is a virus that they are rejecting. They won't accept anything less than 10%. Because I say 25% increment is what we want. These are some of the inscriptions on the placards. I mean, as a journalist, me interested in why Nipambaye. So maybe someone no more.
A group ran a demonstration.
Okay, so group no aggrieved public sector workers.
Public sector workers.
Yes, aggrieved public sector workers. Now. Where Ghana Education Service, the whole Ghana, Ghana Education Service. In fact, many teacher for Kasai,
okay,
many nurses at Kasai, many of course, almost only teacher for,
okay,
almost only nurses, and many almost more local governments.
And so
at Kasai. These are the individuals who free all these sectors. Almost into women on more come more, from aggrieved public sector workers. In Jordan, there one day.
And I'm concerned, Nessadine.
I'm concerning in say a year 2021. Salary at 2 mono. Almost then about 4%. Allegation say earlier, like a government more 10%.
Okay.
Now, leaders, the TUC and the labor unions, leadership, Ekosiisen buying, and tisso. From 10% and above 4%.
About 4%.
Now, say, what's your system anymore? Government are introducing new taxes. And no more turn bread class, a year bread no more. Transportation, a costro. School fees, a costro. It's almost 4% of the can homogen. Already no homogen and so 4% number counters the classes so and so on. And they want more than a year 4%. In fact, 10% in the body idea they want it. They want between 15 to 25%.
Is there 10 no
Debbie. Anything below 10
to
15 to 25% into monos and was a now almost a year prof in Tiamwa report.
Yes.
Indicate say senior article 71 holders agent sounds like a fine public sector workers.
Public sector workers.
It is a tomb by 50% for article 71 holders now. Public sector workers should equally have say. Now,
almost the 2 article 71 for no.
Almost say, according to them, 70%. That's the claim. That is the claim. And I'm saying, me quite sure report. It's meaning exactly what is contained in the report.
Okay.
But for the year 2020, I mean, it's done 4 years.
Of course.
4 years.
Of course.
A period. It's for the year 2021. The amount a year article 71 holders and so compare the recommendation of the report. But almost as humanity a year 70% and government should equally do the same. What do you want to mean in Ampa? 25-20% there. I don't be so. Omo managing is omo howling na no. Omo howling na no say. Akitena wucha me kan ye djuma ma. Because djuma no pa from 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. Me pour 5 p.m. Me do this say me bomb homoden say na be o man Ghana be tumpa. And no ntino so we aban. Hwe say ubetia me kai na nda hwe me mba ene me busu. Enti omo hawni nyina ano. Na obi if I anopa making not to say police for no more or brass sports no they were more than a protesters no.
Sir.
Now in fact at the time normally almost about 120
police for
them more
and another demonstrators near
22 na many police foundation come no mo catch me say the agreement ne say who IGP no catch IGP say 5,000 on expecting. It's already they had even the 122 no more at the time not just say e bi ba be ka ho amana akosoro send the bed they will have enough protection for the demonstrators.
The police want to prepare for 5,000 demonstrators.
Almost prepare for 5,000.
And a nipa 22 and aba.
Very good. It's as at 9:10 a.m.
Yes.
Almost about the share protest national. Na kakra aba be count. It's yeah kondana say kakra aba be count. But you really ni nyina de. Obi you say MD 70. Just say you really ni nyina endu
nipa 70.
Endu nipa 70. Omo ba protest no.
And you person who police for na oba Facebook obe who police for no e be align up depending on bibi omoduna police for na line up aye barricade bi ewo ho na nipa ne so yes and they said here pakawos na eka no 70 de ohwe ma omundu police for aponko ne ade
nyina aponko ne ade nyina kan say we expect 5,000 o shares the fix the country demonstration say they are massive people omba no modoso and the police equally no modoso. It's based on that omo are prepared the adequate security protection for a demonstrators a police for no asset there say we call demonstration on the ball say the beya bibia be koso kama it's based on the agreement with the leadership of the group and not the police for no eso mo bebre e be go no. In fact I am told say at a point omo no mu free other division ba no per the arrangement omo catch omo say omo nsan because en for no omo ndoso into them the expectation of police for national bono and the full complement of the police personnel on ground as per the conversation with the leadership of the group the demonstration. It's that was the situation, but make us say the demonstration in itself there echo boko yakoya in fact Obra Sport your father Brakenim ho pass through Rabra police station go see TC office ho do TC office ho no. In fact na just say transit you know there's a road between the between Accra Technical University and the TC office no in transit for 3-4 minutes and no bobina say TC fuwe mo di ehamo mo disappointment mo di ehamo in the 3-4-5 minutes and on transit no mo bob sa banana to we no san sorry ya on mo to asoko fa Accra through an Ekosiisen independent square.
Okay.
It's a ho and a year demonstration no e be we ya it's in a year the leader of the group Norbert on media for Kasano and na ochire mu say ani these are the major concerns on their to now omeki allegation be say Ocean Labor Act now say negotiation the law let's say it has to take within 3 months and sana implementation ayejuma now 4% we there you be kan ya in 2 weeks kra the chief labor officer no I am a directive say yenye payment quickly or say illegal.
I am tempted
because per the law no I will say take about 3 months and sana implementation na yejuma into 4% say omo discuss ye sanka assuming say omo jia tumumpa its payment or its implementation no I will say see after 3 months and then immediately
3 months and I say after 3 months
I say after 3 months per the law after 3 months. It's the labor officer and chief labor officer the directives say they am say yenko tia a year 4% with immediate effect in there. They are asking him to put a stop to it because almost pay 4% no. Now say I say negotiation cost because almost say labor officers labor unions in Pennyford no and it is in Pennyford they should go back to the negotiation table. No one can check government to say 4% and go for someone pay. They are not involved in the process. 4% no omon J they reject it. Omon fa 20-25% embra omon the bar on beji. Omon government 1 week say omon consensus no more reasoning in ano. Omon yen hu ejuma. According to the leader of the group, the other regional capitals will see a massive demonstration going forward after the 1 week, Now, me sure say I'm it's for because it's massive demonstration already probably 50 assisted and by way. I didn't do the number. It be a question directly or say this explains to say amount for Niska. Job to me for car every mufie, every tamale, every kumase, every ayeta credit. Emma made demonstration. Sika ni ho. Sika wa wan and come back. But sika ni ho.
Na omo ka say omo expect 5,000 na omo nya assurance sika wo ho.
Or say WhatsApp platforms conversations in the money there. There is a massive uproar. Massive agitation on the ground. The fact is say omo ni hanin chere say people are not happy. A man for unhappy. A man for boo full government. And no they are saying say where there it's just a representation.
Okay.
Keke. So 1 week in the so now on TBB free government there will be a massive demonstration across the other regional capitals. These are the information free the leader of the Aggrieved Public Workers Union. But there is one interesting twist out of the count. Me interview back now Okacha me say even before today they had notified Parliament to say they'll bring them a copy of the petition. It's your own speaker. Now speaker catch on say only there where speaker one petition. In Tankebeya, on fanfire MPs ni biso. Now MPs no man sakadia on the floor now. Then they can deliberate on beka ho asem. Then a resolution will be taken based on the conversation that goes on in the chamber. Omo free MPs ni part 10. Omo ina no mon pese. Ombeji petition. Nipa ba ko pe ena or promises of a petition. Nipa wa kono krano. That is the MP for Isojaman.
Oh, okay.
Esa MP no krano. O ka say nde. Ono abeba begina parliament no waji petition.
Na waji petition no.
Ene no ono eni ho. Wamba. Was small obi. In fact, na omo Independence Square no. The agreement was that and common co. Then later, in your information say MP na free. So wamo obi aba begina parliament gate na no. Twa omo. Inti no omo fa petition number. Inti ho and a free Independence Square. You call parliament, you kwan shadanwa. You call parliament, you kwan na branch ni gina ho. And the petition no. Emano. In the name of the MP. But na eyomu ya say members of parliament are representing the people of this country. Such a serious situation aba. Omu hia mwa. Nenso so.
Omanyo
bia amwa oman assist omo amba mbejino. Now the suspicion is that from the leaders in Ankasano, Article 71 holders will bar MPs in the count. MPs no almost Article 71 office holders no home. It's an ensure that you want the next way disappointing. Say, oh, the ojo the yanka say, yanto the neso. Na can say, kakra na akano. Mo famaye. Na yaso yan famboy bra.
Do you get the feeling say or more a peer demonstration nipa 50 to 60 no omo now will leave ana
in fact many teacher ba ko kasai me be sound say nti wo so ye teacher ni o say ya ne e wo dodowa fu dodowa ne bai me say school shada ma concern school ma kwan omo o kira de however e come de na ontimi ko kira de ontimi ko gina classroom say come de na ontimi fa book say kwa ko kira abcd enye possible enu nti no and waso ye fi dodowa aba betran kan aba betna eye aka say okwakoye eye demonstration because ehiana womba it's the people are saying say omo ni leave omo ni eye vacation bia omaji permission if your bosses ho say omo no today is their day 4% no omo mpe e wo say omunya more enu chi no mo je omo dwuma dia to ho and omo dia ba and I the question say we je dwuma to ho. I mean, financial loss to the state. So I would say the point is that there are other colleagues that they work together as a team. When one is not there, obviously somebody can step in for you. It's no there. It is neither here nor there. So these are the justification.
No bet.
Bogbochi. No bet. Bogbochi. That is his name.
Wow.
No bet. Bogbochi.
Akwaba to say. Fantastic. In the public sector, we are Juma he.
We are Ghana Education Service.
Oh, do you teach any?
America na sa.
Okay. Now, school out study on mama kwan.
Baby, a me ye juma ye ma kwan, me ye juma office, me wo. I can say me office a me ye juma krano. It's almost at par with regional education office. Me wo one of the friends education officers.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
I get, but and I want to believe say you are not on leave and so.
I am not on leave, not at all.
In the end, the one kwejuma.
Yes, man, kwejuma.
Adentia.
Oh, na 4%, you know. Say ye di na buying cost so HR. We are sure say betim di me akwejuma there bia. Because my mom for na say ya ka bo ma ye di juma no. Obi eka ofo edeko ejuma ba de bia 2030. Enti calculate nipa in and out. Because I buy improve the bungalows. There are people in the hinterlands that are suffering. Maybe I took some round and I'll be taking others round. When let's go to the hinterlands and look at what is happening. Inki almost more the turnout to 1.7. How can you give drivers 13% increment in the market? Then what for taxes? And what can taxes are boom bear back 7? I go bear 30%. Na enuechino wama ebimunso your friends and fuel then as 4% they won't mean calculating. And that one comes almost daily or weekly. Now we check it now no we Roma na sepano for some also pay 20%. Or more two or minimum 20%. What they say buying and paying for actual medium article 71.79%. And this percentage is in our market data. And we are going to fight all these percentages with 4% of our salary, of which are a bid year 10 Ghana, a bid year 15 cities. Is that not an insult? Are we living in a different country and a different economic situation? No. Life is becoming unbearable. How can you be a worker in the public sector and still be a pauper? And we think that it is not an issue to be addressed. So it is not about the number. It is about the message that is being put out there. And we are very happy. Maybe I am the most happiest person in life.
Yeah, but the message, you know, wouldn't the message have come out without a demonstration? Just so long you could have put your message across, and even through a press conference.
Say African here, one. Oh, chro krata keke. Edi akomo bi say a petition so. Ye di kan de be mi nukura akọ. Ye nche ho asem. What we are doing, you know, people don't understand it. It is gradual. It's escalating. Before you realize, you know, you won't be able to control it. So, the petition, the notification, yenya anu ye. If you want a petition, yenya anu ye. And the answer is sign the petition we could buy a sign to mass speaker say, the person sign 7 petition for. And one or no better say the standing orders of the house, you know, on to me receive petition directly, sir. And I was saying that for a member of parliament and I said the so, and of which we've done the arrangement and today we presented the petition. That notwithstanding, we gave majority and we gave minority and a mass speaker. And you know, this is an action to tell them say no mwada. We are giving them after 2 weeks. If they do not respond to it, mubeti wokrom ha. And kakra ye pese ya fem ye de. Enti e nam kwa we so no. Enti ye de we are totally on course. It's a plan. and we will deliver.
Yeah, but the other thing they say, if the concerns are who expressing so eloquently, you know, say a idea in here other public sector workers the turnout will not have been like this.
No, the issue is that there's a bit of conflict. I saw I say you want organized labor. It is at the result of say or more failure and I do baby say. And the people are behind us, coupled with the fact that now say demonstration and hold one and that one was also scaring people. People didn't know say now the year country was true say it is going to be peaceful.
Yeah, but the last demonstration fixed Ghana demonstration Ethiopia and to
yeah, Ethiopia and to but said if you look at fix the country demonstration it is a because fix the country demonstration were representing Ghanaians of about 30 million. And you share the ratio nearby. Now they compare they are representing about 300,000 workers in the country. I think you will understand that we had the numbers because the police bureau I know more they were telling you, say, almost you are part of the demonstration because they are part of public sector workers.
Yeah, but you told them, say, you were expecting 5,000 people. For which reason police for the over 200 personnel on a big group?
Yes, and America said there's nothing wrong in giving that figure because that is what we were working with. But that notwithstanding, no, you wouldn't a situation where you convey the people. We are fans, they convey the people. As I speak to you. 90% of the thing is coming from my own pocket. It is only 10%, and they free a chitaf one or mode abuaye. And we are still on course. It is also about the funds because you don't give somebody 4% and expect the person to use 4% from Wale to travel to Accra and come and demonstrate. But and I make a choice a buffon. It is a more person who they are more petition now, Yadiaba, and yana more ye to know more Pamonton training. Namon Shadi.
It is no but Sisi and woman who said, Mama are buying 1 week or two.
Yeah, man, one week.
Good. Specifically, what do you want? A day in Panamope.
What we want is stated in the Professor Intiamo's report. It is stated in there clearly, say, if you are giving something to Article 1 office, Article 71 office holders, make sure that it doesn't exceed that of the public sector worker. It means that Article 71 no, say they anasa the broso and the public sector workers. So if we are mentioning the likes of 71, 50, 60%.
I don't know multi-free 71, 50, no multi-free.
Oh, say what report no.
Report page
part of that.
Which page of the report? Na me and kindness
57, page 57.
Page 57.
Page 57.
Okay. To us,
yeah, also document and also our reference. It starts with PCE something. And it is stated in there. Now, say that document is over and one implement the first lady and the second lady. So clearly that document is a working document.
But that document has not yet been implemented, though. If it
hasn't been implemented, what brought the brouhaha about the first lady and the second?
The brouhaha was because the document was out. I'm not with details, no. It doesn't mean that it's been implemented.
Oh, so what were they refunding?
What they were refunding? What they were refunding? What they've taken already under the previous PCEs, no. They were not refunding this new one. They actually rejected. Hold on. Nobet Nyabotre. They rejected the proposals in the new one, and they refunded what they have been receiving already.
Are you telling me that the proposal has been thrown to the dogs?
They have rejected the proposal in the new one, thrown to the dogs. I don't know about that.
That is it. So I am telling you
that thrown to the dogs, meaning what? Oh, what you're saying?
It means that the proposal is not a working document and they won't use it.
No, they said they will not accept what has been proposed to be paid to them.
It doesn't mean that the whole proposal has been rejected.
By who?
And I am telling you that, yes, in that proposal, in that document,
yes,
they realize, say, public sector workers have been shortchanged. So if that is the case, whatever you are doing an increment for the public sector, for any other sector, make sure that what you are giving to that sector should not exceed the public sector workers, your friends, and percentage. What was that here? And in this case, if you are considering a pay rise in whichever sector, you must put the public sector worker first.
Yes.
And whichever percentage is determined, it is based on that now be determine other sectors.
Page 57. Page 57 says the percentage increases granted to Article 71 of its holders in any particular year should not exceed what is granted to public servants. It should not exceed what is granted to public servants.
Yes, that means that.
In recommending the percentage adjustment to the salaries of Article 71 of its holders, the committee took cognizance of the level of salaries and relativities in the public service. This recommendation is informed by the government's stated intention to ensure that base pay in the country is decent and that the gap between the highest and lowest income in the public service is reduced. But the question was, okay, 71% increment, okay, 60%, okay, 50%. Where is that captured in the report? That's what I wanted to know.
It is in the report, but I wouldn't get it offhand for you. It is in it. When you get time and read through, you will get it.
No, I've read the entire report, and that's why I'm wondering, baby, 71% increment in the
79.
Was it 79%?
I have it. I wouldn't be able to. Yeah, it's starting from it seems 53 to 79. Something like that.
No, but you mentioned
the president Canadian year 79. Then that
would be interesting because I've not seen that in the report. So maybe as the interview goes on, you prompt me. And
the fact that you have not come across it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
No, you have come across it.
Because this one, for instance, Abia. And I will be and the other ones, so subsequent your friends interviews, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, but this is something based on which you organized a demonstration. It should come to you easily. Because
the demonstration was not basically on the fact that Article 71 of his holders are taking this.
No, but you are demanding to be paid as they are being paid, the same percentage increment.
The document has mentioned it. The document stated it.
Yes.
Even here, they were talking about 25%. But until coming across that document, it is stated in there, it's free neku say bibi koba na esese yetu aketuemu work in this one under no circumstance should Article 71 of his holders at the end enter in public sector.
Yeah, that is established. And on page 57, I've just read that.
That is a fact.
On top of that, Marka, you've mentioned specific percentages in terms of the increment, and I'm saying, and what in the report.
Do you know the current, your friend, is a basic salary of the president?
You tell me.
No, maybe, no, do you know? Maybe, because I don't have the correct figure, but it is working, it is within the region of 40-something thousand, almost 50,000, around 47,000. The document take cognizance of that, your friend, is that basic salary. And now, public sector, and what is entailed in public sector, the almost and the one who said gap near too wide. Ain't I say I implemented this report and I say whatever. Going forward, you make sure the percentage yeah the Article 71 office holders. Same or more must be given to the public sector. Say the bridge gap, say the work on the atmosphere.
Yeah, if government says say 4% now the man the same thing Article 71 office holder, what would you say?
That is why I'm telling you that from a reliable source, we know say they are not taking 4%.
From which reliable source?
You want me to disclose my source to you?
No,
I think that it's part of journalism.
No.
Someone who
No. I have told you, sir. I told you.
Tell you my source.
Mr. Norbert.
There's a document before you.
Mr. Norbert, I've told you, sir. Going through this document, me who baby a state specific percentage.
Many way the amount. I think we can talk about the rest of the issues
later on.
Then later I will get you that particular your friend is saying
percentage.
Maybe a document actually say say and also say. Or you think time is of no relevance here?
No, but it is here now. After 1 week, what would happen?
Oh, after 1 week, and call for no buffet. Many the other issues and no more but they are ready to shake themselves simultaneously in almost all the districts and all regions. We have spoken to them to calm down as we are leading them to make sure that we drive home their demands. But a bit baby, we cannot control the people anymore.
Wow. But the other thing, I mean, you hear people say, public sector workers more output in terms of deliverables, and measure up to even increment more demand free abine. What would you tell such people?
That topic we have a penny discussion here. Say Drew baby a public sector, you better you catch then we start using output. Now, what is the output of Article 71 office holders? They are the first managers of the economy. And they are supposed to bring an output a bit in the economy. And what is their output? Now, when you come into office as a public officer, and as an Article 71 office holder, you surround yourself with your friends and families. And the chief directors and then as of one of your friends, they sit at the table and mismanage affairs. When they mismanage affairs, instead of punishing them, you do not punish them. And the laws, public sector, not direct. Then what the country say, "Kana nipa ba who negligence into when young fast aka in the public sector. So now saying your child says the money fast Senate and send them by. Senate and send some by. You need to affect the crowd or what? You can say you're fenipa, but at that minute, opinion do room haba, your fan, a crochet to crudim. To no woman so as a fault and then as a for aban. As the person been punished, no. We are saying that Senate Aboka say the person has not been punished, and we want to see say a carnival public sector. Who is the manager? You have the opportunity to hire and fire, and this will be near Jumaya. It is up to you. So if you tell me that the coffers now maybe so. Article 71 office holder, do they have a different coffers? Now, no make of joy news. Something was displayed, and you will see that constantly and fairly public sector workers, or more salary increment, and then I say for are remaining constantly for about 5 years. Then you look at government expenditure across over 200% over the same 5 year period. If output is not great, where is government getting money to spend?
Asempa FM.
If there is no output from the public sector, where is government getting money to spend? So, argument, it doesn't gel. You see the finance minister coming out telling us from the beginning, say, one, they are giving that percentage to us because things are difficult. And under these same difficult situations, and we introduce taxes. Under the same difficult situations, we introduce taxes. Huh? Time now a year difficult no when we are mobile. One can't and confer to fuel Musa Momuntu. Pano fui, one can't drop Musa Munjai. Amo 2 mobile 20%. Or more a car, a shinty a car, you couldn't advise them. Then upon all this, once they introduce a tax at the P2, young for them infantry asaka. And they talking about the output, and then in sense, it doesn't come in here because you, the manager, you are supposed to hire and fire. And I said, the Makano, a monsono, and manage the economy. If they are doing that better, public sector should be having a 300 pay increment. Increase.
In hiring and firing, no, say manager neka say more as workers, no, more meet KPIs binti munyina munkofia. Are you cool with that?
Oh, we are very cool with it. That is why we were telling them, say, if they have a package for redundancy, I won't release it, and they will know the number of people that will go out. But I said the American goes with the Labor Act and STP. So over and will be redundant. You know what to do. Because as for retrenchment, you won't go there because it is not in the Labor Act. We are governed by law. So we think the law should be implemented. And government wanting to, your friend is saying, bring a redundancy package. Now, you are telling us that you don't have money. So you cannot increase our salary. Isn't it? And you over my 4%. But you paying for better now when you know. Also, you will not increase it because you think that you need money to recruit more. When to me and Jessica, I'm for 25%, I'm more be our tier jumanum dada. Ube Jessica, dear, any powerful for our 100% salary. And he taking 1 million people to come and add up, no. Other than I will make a system no better than any pana bar watana. Na koyen say yenye ni sare biara say obi anje kakra. So government pretend to be paying public sector workers, and public sector workers also pretend to be how do we call it, to be working.
Okay, and I believe the public sector workers captured here, no, including both civil service for any public service for Omunyina. That is why we put them together to call them public sector work. No, but my men nasi e besan shwedi nkomobio. Why?
Menso meda.
Meda se pa Ekosiisen suni haya sempa 94.7 FM 6 minutes after 3 ewo asempa FM. So ene mo nsa nso emfa e my not bet gbogboti. Ono na ye leader edema aggrieved public sector workers are in a demonstration in crime. Intimate and somehow they are to Jano Ebi. Seth Kwame Boateng Ababe Cancer Bansan. I would want to show you some pictures from Egypt. Very, very, very interesting. And pictures are and the Egypt president Al Sisi. ABA 67,000 housing units. And here conditions of service for public sector workers. And are they OSHA, one of their complaints, said they no better kind even accommodation cry adding Emma Wumubi in the from salary or mojena and also be rented and identity housing in our country about a major issue. I would show you these pictures. Now pictures of Egypt president OBA 67,000 housing units are not in new cities east of Cairo at a cost of $1 billion. Over Facebook, is here. Yeah, they are dying ego. Very, very, very beautiful. We 67,000 housing units. 67,000 housing units. In fact, so Egypt, the government of Egypt upbuilt 1 million housing units in the last 4 years at a cost of $15 billion. and they plan to build another 1 million housing units in the years ahead. In the last 4 years, no, almost 1 million housing units at a cost of $15 billion. In fact, recently, President Ekoko commissioned 67,000. No mobile 1 billion. It's a city on its own. Pavement, drainage system. It is very, very, very beautiful. Egypt. And we've gotten to a level as a country, maybe we need such ambitious projects.
Asempa FM.
And me who say okay housing the next thing that comes funding. Baby yesika fi ediaba. And the government go through deep thinking processes to come out with funding models a bit mama nyoma are very easy. Obekaya in Che, we saw SNIT housing schemes across the country. Okota Kradia, SNIT flat, ibi wa Dansoman. No, Dansoman didn't cry yes SNIT. Ibi wa Denta the yes SNIT. Okwa Denta, Obehu, SNIT, the and some other areas, Cape Coast will be Sunyani, will be. And it was for me, probably the best thing the best investment as SNIT, to go into social housing. Adaya and Nebuano and Shadanya Dean Bebri. And then it is a SNIT said they are no longer interested in social housing. And I don't understand. Because also Auditor General's report, Sika SNIT Elusu from wrong investment as SNIT any amount for pension Sika and I think say any so we show a housing deficit. If there is any prudent as SNIT ebeya social housing eka ho but a amount for pensions can no manage and the kind say attach your time what kind so we share the mortgage schemes be aba ye dey amount for SNIT amount for pensions say da ho no percentage be betua na edan na your modi obeko pension no or dan be edem. And the government should come up with good funding model. Martins will say SNIT any amandi abum domi hifa krana dey we say West Hills Mall, the Triho. Luxury apartment. And I don't know who they are targeting to buy those apartments. Because any real estate companies be going to luxury apartment and go phone to Adani Google. And it is a SNIT come back
Asempa FM
to that housing way in Ebeboa. And while at that, government should open up well. The resources are Works and Housing Ministry in here. Because this is what Egypt is doing. And Oba when fully finished, interior no any. This is Egypt. And Persisim fully finished apartment. And we share a boom pa omudi seas are day. So we share $1 billion for 67,000 housing units. Obeka Saglemi 5,000 housing units at a cost of $200 million. When a $1 billion for 67,000. It is a first Saglemi poor. 5,000. That's a share 200 million bear 5 and a bema 1 billion. In a 200,000 and that's a 5,000 times 5 that's 25,000. Is the Oko by Saglemia 25,000 housing units a bema in $1 billion. But in Egypt, 67,000 in $1 billion. Of course, that straight comparison will not help because we name Egypt. But what I'm saying is we can also do this. 1 million housing units, $15 billion. In what packages near put in place to make sure private sector will be interested? Because housing is a major issue. And I've said, so we share baby ana JNF Agbebulusi. Regional Minister Adama, what true munina every one 80-acre land. Say regional ministers one person would be AC district hospital for that district and no 15 acres no more here. Only 15 acres every 80 acres more I saying. I can bear 65 acres, 65 acres. That can be used for affordable housing. NCC high rise, but UK, your council flat all over the place. Well, council flat all over the place. And if you put all our experts together, time private sector fund AC your friends say infectious disease center war a crowd is saying Ga East Hospital all the experts came together. We saw that we could build at a very cost-efficient rate. I use local resources. So therefore, engineers regiment Ekosiisen. If we can plan well, get local resources and build at affordable rates. Of Egypt, and look at how beautiful the houses are. Very simple. 67,000 at a go. $1 billion. Come. And this can be done when we cut down corruption. Importing materials. Abanye use local resources. This is possible. Because housing is a major issue. And I'm hoping, say, Agbobulushi Asaseno, say 80 acres, no. Say you 15 acres in the C District Hospital, we are the we should use that for affordable housing. What's it? Sukura. Yeah, one interior. Yes. The interior the over Facebook for Egypt, and we know a fully furnished apartment too. And I could see wash obi hall penny affordable house and hall. And with the strategy Egypt used, they say, make a story on Reuters. They say what Egypt did to fund this. They say state lands are what plush areas, no, or mutonwe because a hono private sector no person muties kaka say they to. And over Ghana ha, abayin sa say that East Legon, abayin sa say that cantonment, abayin sa say that your friend say airport residential. Na abayin aton, omunya sikana na ebi abayin kwaji asase wo. Chopoli, anase asutware, anase amasaman pokwasi echi ho. Now we see because no affordable kakra. You know, and we should be serious about some of these things. Na yentumi enka ho nsemi. The Works and Housing Ministry will play a critical role. And we should look at them. My minister ankomo we emrana fe yentoaso. Dr. Kwabnanya Akun a TUC worker and on my education kakra on salary increment article 71 of his holders. Dr. Kwabnanya Akun Otu a worker with Trade Union Congress. Doc, Akwa Banapom to say great. Nyame adom yen so ye papa. Matese o education kakra bi apese o de Miami ntio.
I'm sorry, not that Kasano. He was talking about the percentages, and as you see, sir, you were drilling down on it. And I wanted to supply the percentages.
Very well.
So, in 2017, public sector got 12.5%. 2018, it was 10%. 2019, 11%. And 2020, it was 12%. Opening an album, about 45%.
That is for public sector workers.
For public sector workers.
Now, and at 2021, you're 4%.
4%.
Okay.
For Article 71, the committee's report in Equitown recommended that each year, that's from 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, it should be 10% each year. And that should also give you an average a sum of 40%. So in terms of, and for 2021, it is not true that Article 71 has been determined. The Guarantee More Committee had a mandate covering 2017 to 2020. Per the Constitution, another committee will have to be set up to determine from 2021 to 2024. So public sector got 4% in 2021. You do not know yet what Article 71 will get. What we know is that the president has given a commitment that for 2021, he and his ministers will take a 0% salary increase. That's what we know.
The money minister for 2021, you mean?
Yes.
For 2021, no, president and the ministers budget 0% increment.
That's what they have promised. They have given a commitment.
Okay.
But the thing is that the whole Article 71 pay for 2021 has not yet been determined.
Of course, but since it's here, no, Professor Intiamwa committee na yomajume and we know also say Parliament has approved same.
Yes.
What does that mean?
What it means is that from 2017 to 2020, the Article 71 office holders got the percentages I have just given you.
Okay.
And then I want you to compare that one to the percentages for public sector workers, which I have also just given you.
No, what public sector workers there no. I think for Article 71 the one into Article
71 for
yes.
2017.
Yes.
The committee recommended 10%.
Okay.
2018, 10%. 2019, 10%. 2020, 10%. And Norbert was right. In page 57 of the committee's report, the committee mentioned the need to bridge the gap. And that whatever increases given to Article 71 should not be above the increases that was given to
public sector workers.
To public sector workers.
Yeah, I think and only the doc and don't put a number in the where I disagreed and I said, baby, I'm not issue no way. On go further koka say committee recommended by 79%.
It's not
and
true.
I say no any report name sir.
Any report no.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Okay. In TCC and what it means ne say the 4% now workers enya for 2021 no. So we share Article 71 office holders are omono increment bia. That's what you mean.
That's what it means exactly.
It is omono you be determine omo increment now. I just say after 4 years now another committee is set up.
No, you see, if you look at all the PCEs, they have all recommended that this setting up for the committee towards the end of the 4 years is not healthy.
Of course.
So actually, it could be set up now to determine it quickly. So you actually don't need, but of course, it has the prerogative for the president. You don't need to wait till the end of the 4 years.
Yeah, it's true. It is here, no. Article 71 office holders, no. Say from now till time, another committee will be set up, no. On Beji Aketua, the Aketua will be based on what the
2020 Aketua, EDBC, no.
2020 Aketua, EDBC, no. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Our committee, you know, a recommendation, you know.
Yes.
And which is, and then I will say 10%, right?
10%, yes.
Okay.
But let me also provide the information that this was the committee's recommendation. However, when it went to Parliament, parliamentarians changed that 10% per each year and made it 11.4%.
Okay.
Where does the 11.4% come from? It is the average for the public sector, which Parliament thought that they want to apply that average for themselves. And part of their reasoning was that they are going to receive money they should have received in 2017. They are now receiving it in 2020, 2021. And that the time value of money. So one CD in 2017 could do something different from one CD in 2021.
But the other thing is, so say, Sisiane Nim say until say a new committee ebeba up, I be with the actual percentage increase, if any, for Article 71 office holders. No, we are all going by the end 2020 rate. No, in the other in most negotiation with government for 2021, public sector workers. No, more pushing for end 2020 rate. No.
Oh, because you see, there's a law, the Public Financial Management Act or something. That
FM.
says that public sector pay should be determined by April of the current year. So, for instance, the 2020 increment for public sector was determined in April 2019. You understand?
Yes.
In 2020 April, we should have determined the pay for 2021.
Okay.
By law.
Okay.
But in April, it was not possible.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because of COVID, I suppose.
Because of COVID.
Okay.
So that is how that 4% delayed up to this point. Okay. And that is also the reason why we determined for 2022. Because by law, the 2022 pay for public sector should be determined by April of 2020 or 2021 rather. Yeah. So we are going by law.
Okay. In this year, in the by law, nuntina April this year, moko echo negotiations amunya 4%. No.
Oh, nuntina you determine, but the 4% will go beyond law. It is a number of factors that goes into the 4%.
Which factors will be? Because concerned workers, they say all other things are not standing still. In the other 4%, 4% no for them is nothing.
Of course, we agree. The Secretary General has stated that 4%. We ourselves were not happy with it. And those factors include all the economic factors we know. We know this economy is not healthy. Okay. We also know that workers are also suffering. So it's a double sword. When you say the economy is hot, it's hot not just for government, but it's also hot for workers. But we ourselves, those that negotiated, it's not as if we are happy with getting that 4%.
It is a yebehu increment be wa. I just say 2022 April now we call back to negotiations.
Something like that for public sector pay. But
yeah,
remember,
public sector.
The TEC is also calling. We agree to a very large extent the salary disparities in the public sector. Even when the percentages are comparable, the absolute figures are not comparable. What we pay a teacher and what we pay a nurse compared to what we pay a minister or what we pay somebody at the Bank of Ghana, they are not comparable.
Yes.
And that is the reason why the TEC is calling for a holistic approach. In fact, it's difficult to break that inequity by a simple standing joint where you go and agree 10% there. It's difficult to break the gap.
Yeah.
So that's why we are calling for a presidential commission on emolument covering the entire public sector.
Not just Enono will be different from the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission.
It will be part of that process, including empowering the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission to go to Bank of Ghana and say we want to know the amount you are paying your people compared to what the Ghana government pays a teacher. Okay, because this is exactly the disparities we are talking about.
Yeah, but shouldn't it be, sir? Should approach not be, sir? Because I will share, even in the same public sector now, you have parastatals, and you have or more directly you try wonka every controller. Fantastic. Enti say who compare obi oye adwuma in a parastatal ECG, SNET, Greatco, VRA, Bank of Ghana to ABR clock sag member bia no you try to from controller. Would that be fair? Can the economy sustain that?
It will be fair to the extent that all of them are spending public money. I mean, those at ECG, the money is not for them. It is for the Republic of Ghana. And we are not saying that people should be paid the same. We want to narrow the differential.
Asempa FM.
But I no single spine and me achieve this idea.
Of course, it was one of its major objectives to narrow the pay inequities in the public sector. Unfortunately, it has failed to do that.
I didn't in fairly.
There are many factors. I mean, I'm not sure you can go through. Part of it is that the single spine says that it wanted to bring all public service workers listed under Article 190 of the Constitution to a single pay structure. But for now, it has not been able to do that. Okay. But even if it has been able to do that, there were other public sector entities that are not under Article 190.
Mm-hmm.
So they were not touched. They are now able to determine their own pay.
FM.
And the pay they determine for themselves is over and above what is determined under the single spine.
Yeah, but the point they would argue, sir, in our case, maybe Juma with ECG, me Juma with VRA, yen we have a mandate to deliver, which mandate entails, sir, we would work to generate our own revenue. From some revenue you be generating, now you try dividends ma buy you try your hoka. So why would somebody pay from controller compare him or herself to me and me Juma or ECG and I say well you try a free controller anyway.
Whatever be the case, whether controller or non-controller, I am saying that it is public money that is being used to pay us. And I'm not saying people should be paid the same. Okay. The inequities, I mean, then why would you say that somebody wants to compare himself with an MP? Remember, two teachers, one day or tomorrow, one becomes an MP and the other continues to teach. Just look at the salary and privilege difference between them. Thank you.
Okay, Doc, my Yanas, you said in Comobio. Why? Yeah, that's fantastic. Dr. Kwabena O2, Juma, Trades Union Congress, and they are at the center of all of this salary negotiations, conditions of service, and all of that. But I'll share demonstrators, no, and then almost say their leadership, no, make sure workers' union leadership, no, shortchanged them, and one of the reasons why they embarked on this demonstration. But Doc, so the backstory to me at their brain, why they got what they had, and all of that. Inti, you better more. It's a conversation we'll come back to subsequently. But let's go back to the earlier conversation on housing. Medical, and I think so. I've established the point. Housing is very, very important. In fact, so also a housing deficit in Ghana, a 2 million housing units. That's the deficit we have to bridge. 2 million housing units. If we would break that gap now, it should take bold interventions, and yet the piecemeal approach. Yes, unya 5,000 housing units here and there a year, but we have to do probably what Egypt is doing: 1 million housing units, $15 billion. And how do we create that enabling environment? Because government ain't me says cannot. So how can we create the environment? Private sector do musika beba, and we make sure the private sector can so bar. Would limit the corruption, would limit the wastage, would make sure that we make use of local resources. Near the Adaya Papa, Usha Egypt Diana, fully furnished. Jackson, put the pictures back on. Fully furnished apartments, fully furnished, 67,000 housing units, $1 billion. You know, it is all person who breaking it down. Put here simple back of the envelope calculation. 1 billion divided by 67,000. Ubehu numbers, no. And mind you, say in the case of Egypt, no, majority of these houses, no, air caught to workers for free, because the government had a smart model. Medicare can say, "Omoton abayin sa se a ewo plush areas." And we move raise sikadiko see we mo in outskirts of Cairo. Ekosiisi adan we edema workers, or the honon sase ne bo en shada anya den. Government so abayin sa se ewo plush areas, no, amanfo na eton etweska no edi. And how do we have a concerted, coordinated effort to make sure that we have a strategy out of this? Yes, abayin timinya loan. Rate no from at the bam yedi bi esia ebeboa. But most importantly, going for and Babesha Egypt, there's interior furnishing, no, champampa. And this is government sponsored intervention. No. Look at the interior furnishing. As a hotel, You know, look at the interior furnishing. You know, if they've been able to do it, we can also do it. But we just need a smart model around it. Now, a Etimi Abwa, make use of local resources, make sure that they are really affordable, at least middle class workers near the able to me, and be at them. It's something that can be done. Egypt now has a problem because when him say, our population is about 90 million. Yeah, we are hovering around 30 million, 31 million. You know, but it's still a major problem in Ghana, and we have to fix it. I believe, sir, the Works and Housing Minister, President Kai, in the last State of the Nation's address this year, said housing will be a priority, and we've seen, sir, this government made free SHS a priority. The amount of resources that was pumped to the Ministry of Education, planting for food and jobs was a priority. We know the resources that was pumped into Aggrieved. If housing is to be a priority, we should see that. Say a lot more resources, a lot more focus, a lot more attention echo housing. I believe that's why the president picked a minister and also a minister of state at that ministry. Let's see a lot more commitment to the Ministry of Works and Housing, because housing is a major issue. And in fixing housing, only a rent control and so on, and let's fix that as well. Now into me, and we'll come back to this conversation some other time. But I said Kwame Boateng about the cancer. We were in Kumasi over the weekend, did a lot of things, and maybe manukra AC wahono snit and so snit. What I've heard say snit aka. In some quarters, say they are not interested in social housing at the moment. Fortunately, there is a new board with a new board chair. I believe it will be one of the best investments SNIT can do, social housing. Because Omanfona Sika, pension Sika na SNIT air manage. They've done it before, they can do it again. At least now a Timia Boa, not the upmarket housing project. SNIT Aircom. They've done a project with Amandi Ewo. West Hills Mall. Go and look at the buildings there and ask yourself if the ordinary Ghanaian can buy that. Obashana Akwako go no be anto. Na Auditor General support Bebe Biuno, SNIT Aboka through wrong investment. Set Kwame Boateng Akwaba na apom to say.
Yanko pa de mo bi na won so e.
Na me adom. Na I went through from Kumasi to Accra. Let's say, "Mem, do what bread?"
Chini Mississippi.
Oh,
me bet na kakra se me da.
Oh.
Se se na me nkofi kra me pakea na me ba
Why are there? But it was a good trip.
Oh,
yeah,
super.
It was a good trip. It was a good trip. The feedback has been great.
Yes.
Yeah. The feedback has been really great. Yeah, I say for the success out there on this project. In the first year, shortcut na ekoye was traded on Saturday, which was again a huge success. Yes. And at least for more the Jackson, you have the pictures, right? In the pictures now of the shortcut na ekoye was traded, and the final plan where the artist impression, you would see it. 3-bedroom apartment, very beautiful. Yako kate sword ne wi e wo trade na nanom e wo trade e ba be boa yen papa trade hini ni din ye
nana Nubin Sra the third the third only trade hini na konti hini no nana osate to diewu
so trade ne wu krom no
trade ne mi krom no
one Dr. Nsiasare
and you don't call
why be
and a Becca.
Oh, Becca the musician.
Becca not to you know.
Also fit trade.
And a former deputy defense minister. And this time. This handsome young man.
No, a deputy defense.
Deputy defense.
Also fit trade.
Also free trade.
Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, your friend Ken.
Ken AJ.
Oh, Ken AJ.
Yes.
Former deputy defense.
Yes. And former local government minister. The Nanka Ekaka can cover His Excellency Mahama running mate, no.
Upon
Ninchi if you
Ninchi free trade.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Pacho Oba Facebook Sisia Ubehu the final artist impression of what we want to build under the Ekosiisen Impact Project. Yako kati sword ne ewie nanom eye mmoa ama yakati sword ne wie kama ewo trade ye kase anwane abo ewo se de start no ya twene nyina kogu asase ne so project no sha ase in earnest. Said ye kan ye no say yama ye hu 2 months to complete the said be ye nnuane free hospital now or go straight to this brand new apartment fully furnished nyame eya domo
me be me fa ho no na his excellency Akpalu na anwea o promise ye no ene abo no watwini na akugu site watwini na akọ ye Kumasi honorable sticker
Stephen Amoa in
so my 1,000 blocks
1,000 cement blocks.
Yes, me no kasi ya training na akugu
assassin so. Wow.
Yes. And say roofing sheet in there.
Competition about
competition yaba. Yes. I have Ghana for a chair.
Yes.
Say yeti na ye drain said ebenya prosthesis ama Moses and Peter share documentary Peter de na mienu na
yes
na de eye me yakakra o Peter de no akwani pride onya insurance and so o my ne basa scanner
wow
enti na prosthesis impo onibi but nyankopon dom eye ejeso MP
deputy honorable John Kuma
bai no na obe share say obeto prosthesis into what information wa catch here say yenje invoice and famre no na yenche process na say asidana ye de bema nyankopon ne wona wo maso yasne efe ene sesi anso eye building road research institute omunyina they've come management omunyina ba eba program na say na omo bai no asema omo head Ekachem say or say technical and logistical support biano ebehiano they are ready to provide be who be so almost befa wow inti amana efe
inti nyame adom we are making huge progress and from the sword cutting now so picture here now domi why kesi o domi domi why kesi o nipa ye de ketwa bi o
na sesi anso me no ka say paint na be paint dani na Ernest Ernest ya send ofu na mame he's into interior design on kraneba wa sheyebo say do ha paint de be yin na omo be kwa ko
paint dynamite free
na ye ka say ye train the company ba ko so promise ye tile cement
and
also you come so mo draw attention say omo train if you almost be tile
cement
nti kwan ye ko anim the ebiesie no sen yankopon adom ye be ye ama are chechire aba Moses monim no ye be ye na the eye fe nti NS mo ye from corporate graphics
okay
omo na so be ye painting ni bibia ma ye no na the Mrs. Theodora Jackson omo mo call omo tell Kumasi Eko University Primary no obo Mrs. Jackson dia obi anim no mami ba ho be sun ye ye kai ne yaw that day no apparently years ago in accident ye ka say craft affect ne kon accident no nyai no obi wuye de no wote ne nchen wuye enti ya kai ne yaw pa na o share Moses predicament no o tie de pese ye no enra no may koje 10,000
Ghana cedis check
10,000 cash
cash physical cash
10,000 the amaye say you fan support your building projects now no
wow and that's where we are. That's the status report and Seth the Abreye and this is here no under the auspices of the Ekosiisen Impact Project no the project here this year so to build a 3-bedroom apartment for Yenu Moses Adai and then Naya Akano. It's on course. Yamaya who a target of 2 months to complete this fully furnished apartment in the Augusto Kasana donations neighbor me pacho say a drew interior no so a ebia wo no be ka say oh me de me pe ebia 40-inch television media mama na mo de si dem ho ebia wo no be fa your friend say nkonwa e be wo dem ho ne ade a ne nyina nso no beda was yeah
yeah, na my emotional because Odonna Ghana for China bro adrenaline over the weekend say or Hineba Kwame down so NPP South Korea organizer
South Korea okay
but send 500 cities from also wasn't pa edema say yeah just say ka say you body say one city now send here we appreciate so much because it's a little drop of ocean
water makes a mighty ocean
ena yetimi abedu baby edu enti asida nko asida PSA pesa na yeka no
asida PSA
ne de be ma won na o ma support here still all materials are opeso de ma ye ena me de nyankopon se ye ma update ye che de obia eye ena ye che baby edu eno e ma nkofo nya rehemu wie ewe mu se Jumedium de ashensa no yeah enti enu nta me bre say me voice na ko obi ma bre pa
enu am bedru e chale na mebubu chale nye easy
o drive so nyezo ye accident one say na me bandi nkofo ye wo
so
overtaking will be 6 cars 7 cars
no wa ya
na articulate ba no di hia no na de me drew on say wo free Kumase ba before so bedo lenda do bie other restaurants
yes
me benyamin kuma boy bi or you overtaking sentiment ko ben no na say menua to work to nyabote kakra was you and na traffic traffic na train ho e ko enima other cars edinachi no pa wonim was you overtaking barefoot bi no ko shi articulator and we see from on in left one we see everywhere speed of the filling station no enti articulate any twema no sa atweba ye e be see main road was sa cross here
oboso wu ana
unim me hu ni biem and me ma hye
but Fast and Furious or your movie
I'm like wow so which new particular na ku articulator no what CS form now what's that free street e kwan no mo
yes
now articulate any twema what's a travel cross it oncoming vehicle no oh Jesus
tell about the indiscipline on that stretch
no
at all you see ECG staff Kumasi
yes
so no more here
yes terrible me sister Virginia my miss Francisca and also ono bibi say kana kuma pint me sure say ono so be my miss o send me hey na me Kaiser enti yakupon show bia yakupon show
it's been good enti for Crust Part 2 ya premiere na wie e wo Kumasi omo e ba be hwe bi no ehun how our story nete yasan so eyi on Joy News on Multi TV and afia Adom TV so what next Seth
enti say ye hwe course aba ne che say I will send Kobe to me February Ghana. Yeah, management take us said the bay betting across the country.
Okay.
And we say you beko bus terminals.
Okay.
You beko schools. And say a project who feel so betting me sponsor ya me
you can also talk to us.
Yes, because ni bibi and see who kwanya unim adebeto ena obi anim ada bibi say beto no because here ka say averagely enkura 9 nipa 9 ewu a day no until by the close of today
nipa 9 through
road accident now by the close of this week na enkura 6 emewu who's next until emani nenye say ye tutu wason ye how you know it's real it's happening until I'm so no kwaya na you couldn't no
very avoidable death
very avoidable because you can see it coming what musa dia me ye betimi dem akowe mu and so by ye enti obetimi aso emu say enye sa campaign na be join na obe join ya brand nyina enye mu na you save lives because then na yetra ho na every year nipa accident enku nipa kura no from last year nipa 2500 Until last year, nipa 2,500 in a wu through road accident. This year,
that's unbelievable.
This year from January to July, nipa 1,706 in a wu. August the MI in Tomo over the weekend no. Omo the enka home. It's
including ECG.
Yes, omo the enka home. We January to August to July. And numpo the police for a report here. Information is saying you the police for yes. And don't want to see for example, I shan't read minister say that as a pa say obey grace occasion my obekasa kama ema ye impinfo about police impinfo confonoche a doctors nurses umbegu ho
me who DVL
for by in their numbers national ambulance service for so by Queen Mother so mo Ashanti region AFA National Health Insurance Authority boss board chairman Dr. Nessa Kwoko omina by kama Emma nefe nti ebedo obi ase na yebede nyankopon ase so o de ekọ no asade yeba
It has a pass, and you ever so din comobio. It has a papa. Seth Kwame Boateng, attending kind of multiple award-winning multimedia journalist, and I'm going to say, no aiding como, and also Nipeti to be a do award that. And first on our list, Mami Ekwiang Gengema. Mami Ekwiang Gengema, a host of Yasitnim Ewo Asempa FM. So from 10 a.m. to 12 every day, 10 a.m. to 12 midday, or the Yasitnem Ebremo from Monday to Wednesdays. Said the Munimono in the Monshan and so. And my mommy Krangengema, happy birthday to. I'm told you are 55 years today, 55 years old today. Have a good one and a happy birthday. And also a former colleague now with Despite Media Group. Domi, if your full name near day. Dabi, if you have your full name. What's the name? Gladys Arthur. If you have a we sure. Gladys Arthur. Hey, and it did Shada Kampao. Wow, Vim lady. No, way too much. Gladys Arthur. Gladys is okay. Emre Wafodi no. Gladys can Elizabeth ne. Lucy and Marin. Oh, and Gladys Arthur, Efia Pokua, happy birthday to you, the Vim lady. We are too much. We are too much. Men Canada. You feel brutal. Efia Pokua, happy birthday, and do have a really good one. To you and to all our friends at Despite Media Group, we wish all of you well. Happy birthday to you, Gladys Arthur, popularly, commonly known as Efia Pokua, the Vim lady. Happy birthday. Which other birthdays? Domi Muni birthday list be which other birthdays? And okay, we say Obi. Please wish my daughter Irabna Enyonyam Ansa a happy birthday. She is 1 year old today. Irabna Enyonyam Ansa. Enyonyam neyamede. Irabna Enyonyam Ansa, 1 year old today. From your dad, Kojo Amo Ansa, happy birthday to you. Let me see. This one says, a happy birthday to Nana Ama Rempua Asiedu. Hey. Rempua Asiedu. Deputy Youth Organizer, Ewutu Senya East Constituency. With Master Planner, Junior or Kentampo. And on the way up. This one says, okay, let me see. A happy birthday to my brother from another mother, Mr. Dixon Deizanga, the personal assistant to the best MP in Greater Accra region, Honorable Lawyer Patrick Yaubuama. May heavens shower a rain of joy and happiness on you today and beyond. Enjoy your day, bro. Adriana Bakweku Amponsa from Abeka Republic. And anyway, but and also here, Madam for Bakopa birthday. Okay, let me do this one first. We say Honorable Stephen Asamoah Boateng's birthday. And wish him well for me. Stephen Asamoah Boateng. Asabi. Is it Asabi? Yesterday? Okay, and belated happy birthday. No. Asabi, CEO of SIGA, as the Director General of SIGA. ene na woda Stephen Asamoah Boateng, one of the aspirants for the NPP national chairmanship position. Stephen Asamoah Boateng Asabi, happy birthday to you. Where's a happy birthday to Nicholas Entry, former president of Grasag GIJ. And guess who this is coming from? The current organizer of Grasag GIJ, Jackson Osei Ntiamoa, Osei Nicholas Entry, we are former president Grasag GIJ, and wawoda. Happy birthday to you. Sounds like Betty appear. It's your birthday today, Betty appear. Happy birthday to you, Betty appear. Do have a good one and live to be 94.7 and beyond. Betty appear. Whereas August has a lot of prominent people. Wow, the month it is. I hear you, August. Prominent people, babe. Nana Kwesi Kumsin, good afternoon to you. Nana Kwesi Kumsin, Electricity Company of Ghana. I know you are doing the listening. Good afternoon. We say happy birthday to Nana Ejay from Adroina Amamfo. Lot of love and God blessings to you, bro. Samuel Brian Boabin Nediwe Aba Inti Nana Ejay from Adroina Amamfo. Wow, happy birthday to you. This one says Nanajiman Prempe in Tepa also says happy birthday to Honorable Stephen Asamoah Boateng Asabi, CEO of SIGA. And we say happy birthday to Gogoli. Hey, ready. Debt Recovery Unit, Multimedia Group Limited. Gogoli, happy birthday to you. Udia no anase Uniki. Gogoli. Or Debt Recovery Unit, the Multimedia Group Limited. Happy birthday to you. Edukumi Ewadum FM the way. Abedukumi Gogolini and Idi and a nickname. My young and on song. Obi, yesterday was Apostle Dr. Isaac Osubempe's birthday. So a happy belated birthday to him. Okay, Edukumi say a real name. In the Gogoli. Gogoli. No, we are too much. Gogoli, happy birthday. In the Nepal, the Prophet Osubempa, the Eric Gucci or United Kingdom, Eric Gucci would want to wish Reverend Osubempa a belated happy birthday. Thank you. We say, good afternoon. Help me wish Tyra Jesiwa Anoche of 7 Great Princess Academy. I thank God for adding a year to her age. May God richly bless her with long life, wisdom and prosperity. My regards to her father, Jesse Anoche, Deputy Organizer, NPP at Blakoma Central. And or the way I bring messages not at door. So, but this is what I would do. The minority in Parliament is where issue statement on the agenda 111. Very interesting statement. Here, kwa by a bar, yani honorable Kwabena Minta Kando, Ebedi and Komo on that statement. And it's an interview you would love to listen.